before the video starts, I have something to say. Why? Just why? Only 0.6 of my viewers are subscribed, dude. 0.6! Like 99 point some is like not subscribed. Bro, what the heck? Just subscribe already. Stop watching my videos without subscribing. I know it's from my Danganronpa tutorial, but just people aren't subscribing because of that. Like they watch the tutorial or see my thing online and stuff, asking for a tutorial, but they have no way of knowing when the next tutorial is gonna be out. The next one's never gonna be out because the third one barely got any views. But still, bro, subscribe. Only 0.6 of you. Yeah, whatever. Let's go. Let's get into the video.
What to foretold, you never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done.
Oh, welcome back, you fox lovers, to another video. And today we are at the class trial, the second class trial. Yes, the second one. Okay, the bizarre class trial begins again. Why was Chihiro murdered? Is the killer hiding within the group? Is there any help to be found in this series of murders? Nice. Well, chapter 2, we're here. Trial, the class trial. All right, nice.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. Then
Okay, well, this
I'll
is all the
punish
same.
Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
That's the dumbbell. First, we have to make clear what we used to deliver. What was used to deliver the fatal blow? The locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yeah.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Wait, what? That was clearly it. You think you have some proof that contradicts what I said? Dude, what? Okay.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
Let me try her.
It appears it was a head wound.
Oh, I got it wrong again. Of course. Okay, whatever.
Chihiro's
Fatal, it appears it was. According to the Monokuma file, what kind of
Blunt instrument? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Damn it, I missed.
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Or Chihiro?
Yeah, it's the Yasuhiro one.
Chihiro's
Fatal, it appears it was. According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet.
There we go. I'm at 3 hearts.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head.
At her head
Wow.
wound?
Okay. Kyoko's kind of sus.
So great.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What?
No, it's not.
For real?
It's not clear.
Hero's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Yeah, I was telling you guys earlier, like, freaking. I was telling you last video where freaking that the way Genocide Jack kills versus how this person was killed, Chihiro, doesn't make any sense. Genocide Jack always uses those scissors, like in every single death, there was the scissors. There was even, she even used okay, well, whatever. I already know who Genocide Jack is, but okay, whatever. It, like, used the scissors to pin the person to the wall, then right, and the bloodlust and shit. But, in here, Chihiro was hit with a dumbbell. And hung up with a cord, an extension cord. Genocide Jack? The fiendish serial killer? Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to the non-stop debate. Absolutely! For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so they're obstacles. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Swipe the screen to attach a silencer when you use to shoot down white noise. What? Oh, but your action difficulty is set to gentle. White noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation. Well then, good luck and have fun. Wait, I'm on gentle? That's my difficulty? I thought I would have clipped the
Culprit
second
is Genocide Jack. I'm sure.
I forgot that. I need a swipe.
As far as
Like
I'm
swipe?
concerned.
How do I add the silencer?
Impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well,
I don't know
mean,
how do I add the silencer?
there's just no proof for it.
Oh wait, do I just swipe on the
Speaking
on
of
the text?
Genocide
I
Jack,
think that's what I do.
I don't know who that is.
Genocide Jack case file. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case
Okay.
closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Yeah, it is impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Okay, got
No,
it.
it's wrong.
It's called white noise even though like the text is pink.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
No.
According to
Well,
the file,
yeah, it's in
there appear to
detail,
be
but
two
like nothing.
defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case.
According to the file, there appears to be two defining characteristics. Actually, no, there is not. There's technically only one. It's just the text in the back. Yeah, Chihiro is being hung up, like how Genocide Jack does it, but Genocide Jack does it with scissors, not an extension cord.
The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Yifumi.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
No, I don't feel like it. The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which, okay. If I'm not mistaken, it has to be where the murder took place, how the victim was positioned. Yeah, but it's not entirely how the victim was
Apparently,
positioned.
In every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Yeah, with
Other
scissors.
than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same
Yeah.
way.
If if only higher ups and the killer know about this stuff, then Byakuya is acting kind of sus. Because he's the only person out of everyone here besides Genocide Jack who knew how the bodies were, or how the victims were killed and stuff.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of.
That it's you. You are the
Because
killer.
The culprit in this case is the real.
No fucking way!
Yeah, no
You're
way.
saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Oh no.
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
Yeah, Toko.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Uh-huh. You already knew that. It's pretty obvious based off of what was happening last episode.
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I don't know. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. Yeah. Which is, I mean, Genocide, for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko, it's a split personality. Dissociative identity disorder or something. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. Nice. This one. What does this say? Okay. No? No? What? What goes there? I don't know. What does it say? I'm gonna die here. This R no S a split. What? It doesn't say split person. S C I no H R C skid skids schizo? It's not
Now I
schizophrenia.
understand.
What? Isn't schizophrenia a different thing?
Is it because Genocide Jack has a
Yeah,
split
but I'm
personality?
pretty sure is schizophrenia. What? Hold up, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, guys, schizophrenia is a completely different thing. So why did it say schizo there? It's what it's called is a dissociative identity disorder. That's what it said in the case file. Split personality. But what does schizophrenia have to do with any of that? Cause schizophrenia, like, I think, like, it affects the person's thoughts or something. I don't really know.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, not schizophrenia.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality is have to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Her tongue was hanging out all crazy. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah, she was clearly like saying, I don't want genocide. Like, bro. won't let Genocide Jack have control. Yeah. I will drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Yeah.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Yeah, Toko has some weird fantasies because in the Despair Girls game, Toko's there's like every now and again there's weird fantasies with Byakuya and stuff, and it's really weird.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Yeah, and she didn't.
But
Genocide Jack hasn't killed
promise,
anyone. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't...
Yes. Yes! Toko's body suddenly lunges backwards. A huge thud echoes across the courtroom, but in the next second... she's became a crackhead.
Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yes! What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
Oh,
This
what?
one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yeah.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little, behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Okay.
Of course it's not true. How dare dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes... Just kidding again!
Oh, okay.
This should be enough to convince you.
Okay,
This
she reminds me of
murderous
Kokichi.
fiend is responsible for
From the third
Chihiro's
game.
death.
Kokichi always says just kidding. Well, this game came first before the.
So technically, Kokichi is like supposed to be freaking based off of freaking genocide jail, but I'm not. It's not. So whatever. Kokichi's weird. Kokichi is apparently the ultimate freaking what's it called? The ultimate supreme leader. I don't know why he's the ultimate supreme leader when all he does is just run a freaking a small organization with like 5 other people. I don't know.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
There's technically no motive.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that. Yeah, like I've been saying. But something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Yeah. Please don't make me have to pick one. Okay, status of the dead body. Yeah, so it's Toko.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
I have one heart, dude.
An alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof
Damn it!
do we need?
How did I miss that?
Give it up. You killed her.
Say it's the one that Byakuya said.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, and do you really expect any of us?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now
Damn.
we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this, the modus operandi matches.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure, but I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are 2 clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yeah. There is one clear difference between the murders. In the photos of from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference, the victim's fatal injuries.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with...
Yeah.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murder.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting
I bet you feel so
detail.
stupid now, Byakuya.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the
Watch,
tortellini,
Byakuya's gonna start sweating.
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the...
That's right. The second difference was they're suspended with the scissors, right? What was used to suspend her?
I got it!
Yay, I got
Do
2
you
whole hearts
remember
now.
what the killer used to suspend her? They'd use some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases,
It was the scissors.
specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Yes, scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you
referring to-
referring...
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more.
Huh?
Yeah, she only kills men.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each genocide. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Oh yeah, guys, I got an ad. Let me see. I got an ad the other day while I was like on I think I was like playing a game or something, and I got an ad saying showing this one anime game and stuff, and like there's different filters that the ad was showing that you put it to, and then it gives you like this girl there, and then I saw like they put in the lolly filter, and the person that appeared on there was like far from a lolly, because like a lolly is like a little girl. Like lollies can be young, lollies can be old, just like they have to be really short and tiny. That's what a lolly is. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro, because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Yeah, Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoujo Gaku at 23. Gano Issei, 14. 14. Damn. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi no Ochira Naohia, Takeshi Masume, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it.
They were all... guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Okay,
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
What?
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Yeah, why would they do
Too much
that?
passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Yeah.
Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped.
That's
Yeah.
right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Okay.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But
Yes.
the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Yes. Yes. Watch him start sweating. Watch him start sweating. Byakuya Togami. You're
Here's
gonna
my
start
answer.
sweating, right? Start sweating. I want to see you sweat.
Byakuya.
That sounds weird.
It's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So,
Yeah.
he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya,
Yo,
what's
shut
your
up.
response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls, then I must ask. When would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Yes, you've been acting sus this whole time since the game first started, okay?
Looking back and thinking about it, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody's searching the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. Yeah,
You
like I
wanted
said
to go
before.
to the girls' locker room right away, right?
Yeah, he like
But since you're a guy,
he like automatically thought of the girls' locker room. Like he's all like, okay, let's search the girls' locker room. It's not like you knew a girl died or not. It's not like you knew Chihiro died.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should
Yeah,
check
but
the
how did you
girls'
know
locker room.
Chihiro was the victim?
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
on the
What do you
contrary,
mean?
there's something very strange.
Okay then. What's so strange? Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
Okay, I will. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. New element has been added. Absolutely.
What is this new element? Next, we're going to add something called Truth Flashback. If you aim at a weak spot, tap and hold. Then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear with your truth cylinder. However, you can use the flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. I have terrible memory.
When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits. And in this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you'll fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, well I have to use a flashback. Okay. Time to open my memories. Monica, if I don't have to use that because I use flashback. So you said Byakuya was okay before
But he
we
was
found the
acting
body.
weird.
Before we found the body.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was so of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room. There was no time
Okay,
for
so I have to
pointless
take
distractions. What's so strange about
Aoi's.
that?
I have to jack Aoi's
you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of
There we
weird
go.
before we found him. But he was acting weird. Huh.
If you're
Like before we
presented
found the
with
body, he was
opportunity
like,
to check out
"Okay,
the
everyone, let's
girls'
head over to
locker
the girls' locker room because
That's a natural
yeah." And now he's
reaction
saying
for
like
any guy.
The
Chihiro was the victim,
Chihiro.
so of course I'd go there.
No, that's wrong. I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer. Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
How? How is it
What's
too
wrong?
weak?
Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered and he's acting like it has nothing to do
What's
with
the
him.
matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is, I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible. Is hidden in there. What could it be? Well, I think it's the extension cord. Library desk lamp. Yeah, because the desk lamp was plugged into
The
the
difference
extension.
between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my
Oh, damn.
very own special
I don't know
scissors,
how
and I use
that
those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with, it was some kind of rope. Was it?
That's
It
right.
was the
It absolutely
extension
was.
cord. What? Stop doing that.
Then there must
Not
be
even like-
something very fishy indeed about that.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously,
Damn it!
somebody else
No!
must have had it hidden
Are you
away
serious?
somewhere.
What? The difference between you want me to explain? When I want to kill, I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro, it was some.
That's right. Then there must be something. Hey,
Byakuya,
I'd never
Seen that rope before in my...
Yeah, got it.
No, that's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Yes.
You've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
Yes.
Is that about right?
Sounds about right. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
hell yes, that's what happened. So that's...
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he...
Damn it. Sorry, we'll go a second. I think we need to talk about it a little more, huh? Do we really need to? They totally willing to do something like this to win. I know, but still.
What I think is, let's see, he is not the murderer, but he is involved in the murder. Someone else killed Chihiro, and then all Byakuya did was suspend Chihiro.
There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
Well, yeah, because you're the only person who knows about the method of the murder and stuff.
What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept that Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off. Genocide Jack's the scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, the carpets were switched.
I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who had been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Okay, here's the proof. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys. Okay, yeah. I don't know if I do the carpet. This one right here.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like...
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Okay.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yeah, the
You're
stain.
referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Yeah, well, what are we taking pictures with the, like, are we taking pictures with the monopad? Like, what are we doing? It's not like we just have the whole carpet with us.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But Why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Okay, we're gonna have to do this. Okay, hey, Kyoko.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across, but Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I
highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
You better be right, Yasuhiro, or else I'll slap you in the face. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? You better give me some facts, Yasuhiro. I want to hear some facts. Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker rooms?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh?
Yes?
What thing?
Are you right? Why does that keep happening, bro?
About Leon's handbook, of course.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
She had
whoa.
that. She could get into
Dang
the
it, I
boys'
missed
locker
it.
room, no problem.
I've missed it. But yeah, at least Yasuhiro was telling some facts. Dude, I cannot swipe. I cannot
She
swipe
must
that,
have
bro.
hacked her
No,
e-handbook.
no. Well, at least Yasuhiro is being, saying
The thing that
facts.
was in the main hall.
Huh?
Because...
What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
What? No, bro.
Had that.
Bro, why do I keep... How do I keep missing it?
No problem.
Dude.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro...
She must have. She was the.
I'm sure that would have been no.
No,
I don't want to use that. I don't want to do that.
Huh?
Why did that
Talking
happen?
about Leon's
Bro, why
handbook.
did that
She had
happen?
that. She could get into the boys' locker room.
That's annoying.
Is it really
How do I
possible?
switch?
Could Chihiro
How do I
really
switch?
have gotten into the boys' locker rooms?
There.
I got. She must have. She was the. I'm sure that.
No, I don't think she used the thing that was in...
Huh? What?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Yes, finally, I hit it.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
No, there's not.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blip.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own hand,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no
Okay.
way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the locker room, and Byakuya's the one who did it, really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Yes,
I agree
Kyoko.
with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Yes? Yes.
What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Yes,
Now
okay.
then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we?
Okay, let's go. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on a hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was here.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her carefully.
Shut up, Hifumi.
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over it.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
But that's even weirder because a boy is touching
No,
a girl's
it's
body.
okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to
Maybe.
me.
Oh no.
Sakura.
Oh no. I know it's. I know what's wrong. I know what's gonna happen.
What you're about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then begins to quietly examine her
Be
body.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this? What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring widely at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
Thank you for confirming the confirming this fact. Okay, I think he's like, what?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Yes, it's really true. Chihiro.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a goth.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Okay.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Yes. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never crossed my
Because
mind.
the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then,
Yes.
there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Damn it. So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally been clear. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Very interesting.
He's off in his own.
Is he gonna start
What
sweating?
about you,
Come on.
Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did, but I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Yeah, it just seemed like Byakuya wanted all of us to die. Because since Byakuya is not the killer, and it's someone else, then him blaming freaking Toko will just make everyone think it might be Toko, and then they'll vote Toko off, and then everybody dies. Or they'll vote Byakuya off, and then everybody dies. So, like...
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reason. It's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit
Hold
is
up,
much
I need
more...
to check something. So I go to the report card. So okay. So
Since I know things, I know that there's only gonna be 2 more class trials. Well, 3 technically. Well, 4. But there's only gonna be 2 more class trials to where one of these students are dead. So.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boy's handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. Other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Okay. Make your argument. Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
Damn it.
It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Because Celeste saw it.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Yes.
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about it. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dorm. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Yes.
Track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always
Well, yeah,
declined.
because he was a guy.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even get.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the
Okay.
details of these items, and it should...
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we...
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had
No.
the equipment for that, we...
As was noted, the evidence is already gone.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice any...
The bag was just a normal... All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that...
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Yes, it's getting to...
Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold the same clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe.
Yes, just watch. Just watch. Then you guys will probably know, okay?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yes.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Everyone's talking about the tracksuit,
So,
yes.
what you're saying is the killer was wearing...
Yeah, Mondo, you dumbass.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue track...
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact,
It was blue.
Before we
Yes.
began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
the only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Yeah, Mondo acting kind of sus.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry?
Are you?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Yeah. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah,
Okay.
now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. How
Yes.
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Yes, he is being really sus.
What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting, because I hate him. Because I hate him. The way he talked.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after
Okay.
he was killed, you happened to refer to him as Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo,
Mondo is sweating.
did you really kill
I didn't kill anyone! You've
Yeah,
been all
right.
over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Shut up,
It's
Kyo.
true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all
My time. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man.
If you really insist. Here it is.
Oh, an e-handbook.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground? Right? Then it must belong to, Chihiro?
I got it!
It's mine.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine
Oh,
the
that-
culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're
Yeah, they aren't.
totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take.
And yet,
Yeah,
this
but I
one
know how it
doesn't
broke.
equal all your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery? How precisely did the handbook?
I know how it broke. Come on. How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting
I
its weak
got
point.
it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement.
Okay.
The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally
And know what
break.
happened? The sauna is really hot, and you know, Mondo did go in the sauna fully clothed that other day, and his handbook could have broke because he still had it on him, and then that's when he found out it broke. So then now he knew it broke, so he broke Chihiro, so people won't find out that Chihiro was the guy. Yeah.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot
Okay.
air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say
Okay.
it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I think the one who
Like I
may
was
have
saying
taken
earlier.
their handbook into.
Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes in the sauna. It was... it was... Mondo.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo
Because.
and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And that is Makoto. Broken handbook, Chihiro's handbook. Broken handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
I don't know.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look!
Okay.
Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Wouldn't hurt a fly. Well, what do you mean? He punched me in the face! He punched me in the face! What do you mean he wouldn't hurt a fly?
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, got it right. Like, he punched me in the face. What do you mean he wouldn't hurt a fly?
Mondo,
He was in a
the
biker
handbook you
game.
have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Okay.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time? From the
Okay,
beginning.
we're already
That way,
here. Nice.
Everything will become clear. And we'll all...
We're almost done with the class trial. Okay, so Chihiro put the bag, Celeste, blah 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 blah. Okay, this one. Okay, that. Okay, so then which one is it? The this one? No wait. That one, and then that one, maybe? And then Chihiro's looking in there. Chihiro's putting his stuff in there. Oh wait, no. What do I put there? I don't know. Wait, no. Okay, let me move this one over there. Wait, no, that one doesn't make any sense to go there, though. Yeah, that one doesn't make any sense. I'll skip that one for now. And then right there, grabs that, and then... Wait, this one, right there. There you go. That one, like that. And then right there, maybe it's, this one. Maybe that I don't know. This one. This one is maybe that one. No. Does that one go there? And then that one. Or crap. Biaokuya. Or wait. Does this one go with? Does the door? Dude, this is so hard. Byakuya is there, and then he grabs the extension cord, ties it up, writes that. Okay, and then this one is Asana. And then I need this. Maybe that one? I don't know. Does that one go there? Or does that one? I don't know why that one would go there when that one's already there. The last one has to be that one? Please be right.
I hope I got at least most of them right.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse. At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Okay, got the first one right.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially... She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Okay, that one's right. Okay, that one's right. Nice.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there.
Okay, that one's right.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Okay, got that one.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Okay, got that one.
And finally carrying the corpse
I
into
don't know
the
if I'm going to be
girls'
able to do
locker
this
room.
first try, but we'll see.
A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall.
I got this one
Using
wrong,
one of
right?
those, a boy could get into the
I didn't know
girls'
what
locker
goes
room.
here. Yeah, I knew it. No, I didn't. Okay, yeah.
This one was the handbook. I don't know why
Here's
when
exactly
that's like
what
the
happened.
handbook is like
It's the exact same.
After all, using one of those, a boy could...
What? Yeah, I knew it wasn't right, but what goes there?
maybe this one?
Here's exactly what happened. After all, using one of those,
Yes, okay, that one goes there.
and that's exact with the carpet and the post.
Okay.
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Yeah, but why did
So,
Byakuya
after
just so
stumbling on the
happen to
crime
stumble
scene,
across it?
He went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
It's like he knew a murder was gonna take place, so he was looking throughout the whole school trying to find
He used the cord to
Where's
string
my
up
bag?
Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of he wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Uh-huh. So far I've only
And
got
around
one
the
wrong.
same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electric. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat, and the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked it, and that's how it all played out.
Nice, it's Mondo.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your
Dude,
evidence?
we just gave you a whole bunch of
You
evidence.
need evidence.
Be quiet.
You need without any proof. You can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer? That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once we do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added, okay? Mondo, give me your handbook. I just had to say that. Let's take a time of fever time and nega time. You're in a bullet time battle. If you press the fever button, the right fever time will activate, and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can tap the screen however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assaults. Well, this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so use it wisely. Of course, it won't be fair if you it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it harder to keep the rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I'm not worried. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, nega time won't have happened. Okay, but hold up. Let me just quickly see if I can save. No, I cannot. Okay. But wait. Is am I in gentle? I do not know if I'm in gentle or not. Options. Yeah, I cannot see. But I don't know if I picked gentle or not. Well, then good luck and have fun. Ooh, I hope Negatime doesn't appear. After battle, Kiyotaka. Okay, let's hope I can remember how to do
Show me
this.
some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
Man, I'm doing this, bro.
You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False.
Bro, I am a pro at this.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
Yeah.
Show me some evidence. This should prove it.
Yes, I did that. I did that first try on like last time where I was like, I died a lot.
Thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that,
We don't gotta do that.
We don't gotta do that.
Yeah, I did it. I killed.
Mondo. Ooh, I got B for the. Okay, I got 2 B's. I got 3 B's. Okay. What's my final score? An A. Nice. I got 73 monocoins.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Kiyotaka is the one person who's not gonna vote for Mondo, because of course you already know that. But yeah, everybody else voted for Mondo Owara. No, I don't want to skip that. Okay.
What?
Oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way you would kill someone. Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of 2 men. Oh, before anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can tap and hold to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extremely inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak. Even though you're a boy, he'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into the weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petty young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turns out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Dude, Byakuya is so tall. Look at everyone else, then look at Byakuya.
Once the killing game has begun, here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which he was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end of the hardened shell. It would be the end. The hardened shell would crack. The armor would fall apart or fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured that thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now is my chance.
I want to change.
Okay. With that though at the front of his mind, throughout the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at all.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. Okay, this has to be some kind of glitch. Because it says Chihiro Fujisaki and it says so he went to ask Mondo. It's referring to Chihiro in like the third person or so. That was supposed to be Monokuma speaking. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come to that.
Correct.
So then,
That must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep that promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That couldn't have been part of it, but... That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving a body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? That Mondo did all this to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So, why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, made all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the Karasmic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. That's what? But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why I gotta get stronger than Daya.
Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. They gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed on into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Mondo didn't physically kill his brother, though. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivers his final words. My bad, kid. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya, never blamed him for what happened. Well, Mondo technically didn't physically kill him. Yeah, Mondo's the one that challenged him, but Mondo's the dumb who decided to go right into traffic. Daya was just protecting Mondo. Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Oh no. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together, and kept the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation. The explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kind of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear he would have no problem shedding light on his secrets. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why I Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I seriously don't know how Monokuma found out about this. It's not like Monokuma was just standing there and watching the whole thing happen. Not like what Mondo was like the only person that was there, like unless like Monokuma's been stalking everybody here. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden? Huh? 'Cause I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would. You're right.
I want to change.
I want to change. I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're
What?
saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. I was so jealous of him, and that jealousy broke me.
What? What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I am not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me, why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted
No,
to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
That's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro.
I killed Chihiro.
Even after all this time.
Even after all this time,
I'm still just
as weak as I've always been.
Thanks to that.
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry, or he hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in the heart of his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him! You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for memories. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free on his regrets. From the outside world, he doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up! You son of a... Go ahead, say that again, I dare you. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished. Ridiculous. Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
A very special punishment for the Mondo Awada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait,
Let's
wait.
give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Damn. Well, look at the textures on Monokuma. Dude, the textures are like, they just got a picture of a I don't know what that is, and they just put it there and color, like, yeah. Said wait.
Sorry, man.
Sorry,
I couldn't
man.
keep the promise we
I
made.
couldn't keep the
one
promise we
man to
made from the
another.
one man to another. Oh no, Mondo. Okay. Look at it spinning. Okay. Mondo is on a bike. Of course, that's how he's gonna die. On a bike. Monokuma has Mondo's hairstyle. Or haircut. What's that? There's tigers? It's like a cage. The cage of death. Okay, Mondo is now spinning. He's spinning. Look at him spin. Look at him go. Now Monokuma is spinning. What the heck? What kind of sci-fi is this? Everything's... Oh, wow. Wow, that's bright. That is bright. Monokuma looks all tired. Hey, yo, what? And Mondo is gone. Mondo has disappeared. Mondo has left the chat. Oh no. Mondo butter. But where'd they get the picture of Mondo holding butter? Okay, whatever. Mondo butter. And then Monokuma is eating with his pancakes. Laughing at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skills, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Shut up, Byakuya. Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that. A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? Of course I do. Because this game is life or death. I do have... I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that. I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual. So you ignored the nighttime rule too. The rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing
There
to
is
it.
nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well,
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? But wait,
The locker room is inside of a whole other room. So why would you be inside of the locker rooms? What, was the door open? Like, did Mondo leave the door leading into the locker rooms open, or what? I mean, what a waste of time. I have the answer revealing right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up? So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked at me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that's what your reason is. That's what your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yeah. We're done listening to your story. Moving
Hey.
on. There's something I'd like to ask
What's
Monokuma.
this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You'd like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Boo! Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief. I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting.
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. Boo! I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
Shut up. I would never stoop to to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Boo! Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtains closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fears and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a failure than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It wasn't the worst kind of despair.
Oh, what?
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask any super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied, because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friend.
Okay, but that was sus. Monokuma's talking to a figure. Boy's life of despair. The end. Damn, look how much people is dead. There's only 10 people left. To be continued in the next chapter. I got an item. I received the crazy diamond present. It's a biker gang coat. Who would like that? Who would I give that to? Like, I'd like to save it down here. Okay, guys. Well, we finished that chapter. Speaking. Well, we finished that chapter. So, guys, I hope you liked the video. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I finished the class trial and everything. We will continue it next time. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out. Bye-bye.
大球球冰了，二球球敲，三球球菜肴，四球球熬，五球球莫名死掉，六球球抬，七球球闷着头挖坑，八球球奶奶。